Hi guys, it's a cold November morning. I wasn't supposed to chore this morning, but Daniel chored for me yesterday morning, so I'm giving him a break today. I've been up for almost an hour, checked the dry cows, there were no calves this morning. I'm out here with the loader to get 2 bales of hay to haul up to the area where we mix feed so I can start the milk cows' breakfast. Back at the area where we mix up feed, my first job is to take the plastic off the bale, and then I have to unwrap all the net wrap that is around the bale holding it together. It's like a plastic mesh that wraps around the bale several times. This hay was baled with a baler that had a crop cutter on it. A crop cutter cuts the stems of the hay into short pieces, which makes the hay fall apart when you open the bale. Our cows really love that. I'm using our 90XT skid loader this morning. It was made in 1998, so it's older than me. It can lift around 3,000 pounds or 2 good-sized hay bales. Although, if you have too much weight on the front, it will tip forward, and that can be a little scary. It seems Gypsy's most important job this morning is keeping an eye on me and how I'm doing, so you'll see her show up throughout the video. It's time to dump the first hay bale into the mixer wagon. When I dump it in, I try and dump it in between the 2 screws so that when I start the mixer, the blades shred that hay bale right away. Let's add that second bale so that I can go get some silage. That crop cutter really did its job. Look at that hay bale just fall apart. Before I get the silage, I'm going to add a few goodies to our feed mix. We store our ground bean meal in this bin. I'm going to add 3 5-gallon buckets to the feed. Bean meal is pretty expensive, but our cows do milk more when we feed it to them. This stuff, it's bean meal. It's just about like yellow gold for a dairy farmer. Next, I'm adding half a bag of lactating cow mineral. This mineral is a personalized blend for our cows. It's got some kelp and some salt and other goodies in it. Besides that, we're going to add 2 coffee cans full of straight kelp so they're getting plenty in their ration. Bean meal, your kelp, and then this is called grazing cow, I think. Now that I've got all that special stuff measured out and poured in the mixer, I went and got the first skid loader bucket of silage. The next thing I need to do is start the tractor and turn the mixer wagon on so that it can start mixing all that stuff together. Mixer wagon is basically like a giant blender. It has 2 big screws in the bottom that turn and shred and mix together everything that's in it. I'm going to add a little bit of water to this mix. We add water just so that everything holds together a little better. Time to get the last bucket of silage. Getting silage is hard work, but at least I get to enjoy a beautiful sunrise while I do it. Everything is mixing together nicely. Look how fast that silage disappears after I dump it in. Okay guys, mixer's back there. All that's left now is corn. So let's go get it. Ford 5000 was built in 1967. It's also the first tractor I remember driving. Well, I was steering. I was sitting on Daddy's lap. I was probably like 4. I still enjoy driving it. It steers a little hard. We need to get that redone someday. And it hates starting when it's cold out. But other than that, it's a really fun tractor to drive. Once I get down by the mixer wagon, I have to circle around to bring the grinder mixer up by the mixer wagon so that I can run the corn in. Push in the clutch, put it in neutral, set the parking brake, start the PTO, and then go get the mixer wagon ready to weigh corn. First things first, let's crank the auger up. And then swing the auger over the mixer wagon. It's a little heavier than me, so I have trouble moving it around. Next, turn on the grinder mixer. Make sure that the scales tear it in, climb up and watch some corn run into the mixer wagon, and shut it off. Oops, I got a little much corn in there. Now I've got to crank the auger back up a little, shove it back over against the grinder. Then I crank it back down and I'm ready to take it back to the shop. Let's see how much feed is actually in the mixer wagon. Time to take the 5000 and the grinder back to the shop. Let's shut off the PTO and rev the tractor down. I'm not the greatest backer in the world. Daniel still acts like he'll die of laughing every time he sees me try and back something in there. But hey, I'm getting it. Let's check and see how the feed's looking. Oh wow, it looks pretty good. I'd say we can stop mixing it now. Looks pretty good to me. Time to shut off the mixer wagon. There's the PTO lever. I'll shove it back to shut everything off. And then we'll rev down the tractor. And turn off the key so that I don't forget, and pull out the kill lever. All done. Alright, now I just have to run it out. Alright guys, I've still got some chores to do, but this video is getting a little long, so I think I'm going to split it into 2. I'll see you in the next episode.
What happened?
Sylvia or Sapphire or somebody saw my camera and jumps like 2 feet.